Incredible morning, everyone. Incredible morning. How are you guys doing? Incredible morning, everyone. Gonna give you guys a moment to get on in here. I know it was technically I was supposed to go live at 11, but I was on a call. StreamYard makes you schedule it way in advance, so I had to put 11:30 a.m. But I was going live at 11:15 since I was supposed to be live at 11. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to get in because I know technically the notification said a different time. Hello over on Talk. How are you guys doing this morning? As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? So I know who's watching. Let me know where you guys are watching from. This is going to be a good one. It's an oldie but goodie. I've done a video like this before, but I have received several requests in regards to this. So it's always okay and good to go ahead and repeat a topic. So we're going to go over a silhouette Cricut hybrid type video to where you can set your bigger or your larger print files in Silhouette Studio and then use your Cricut Explorer or your Cricut Maker to actually cut it out, whether it's from paper or if it is from vinyl, if you're doing sublimation to glitter and things like that. All right, so that's what we are going to do today. All right. Let me go ahead and just get this video all shared out. And let's see. I have to find this one. Okay, there it is. So we're just going to get it all shared out here. If you guys can be so kind to hit that share button as well. Hello from Illinois. Good morning. Hello, JMS Designs for you. How are you doing? Tanika, good morning. Incredible morning to you. All right, let's go share. Oh, also, this video is also going to serve as an announcement for those who are watching, if you're watching the live or watching the playback of this over on Silaholics Anonymous's page over on Facebook. I'm going to end up doing like an official video about this, but there is some things going on over there that's just making it very frustrating to continue to post on Silaholics Anonymous. So I probably won't be posting over there. You'll have to catch the lives either from my regular page or from my Facebook group. But let's go ahead and get this all shared out. How are you guys doing? As you continue to come in, just drop a hey, how you doing? So say hey, drop a hi. Let me know where you're watching from. And also let me know if you are someone who is a hybrid user of Cricut design, of Silhouette design, Silhouette Studio and using a Cricut. So let me know if you are a hybrid user where you design in Silhouette and then cut from your Cricut, okay? All right, just sharing this out. Give me a second. All right, copy. I'm also just waiting to let you guys we have a really good starting point. Good morning. Good morning. All right, I need to just put this over in my group. And you know what? I don't even know where I just shared this to. That's so sad. I have no idea where I just shared this to. All right. We are going to start momentarily. Once you guys see my opening banner is gone, then you know that we are going to get started. All right, we are all shared out. Hopefully, you guys have shared the live broadcast as well. Oh, I was like, what happened here? There we go. Hello. Incredible morning, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Silaholics Anonymous, the brand, honestly speaking, which you guys over in TikTok can't see that. There we go. The honestly speaking brand where we carry Sublimation ink, Sublimation paper, pigment ink, and other accessories to help you in your creative endeavors, as well as 365 Creative Academy, where I help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of classes and trainings. So this is going to serve kind of like I like the word that someone used yesterday, a workshop. So this is going to be kind of like a workshop. Anytime I do a video, it's always basically a mini class. It's a full-on education and learning experience. So it's going to be no different today. As I said, I've done this video before. So there is a video on YouTube. So if you kind of want to maybe watch the two, and maybe you might pick up something from one video and something else from this one that you maybe missed, or if you saw that one, you may pick up on something in this one that you missed. All right. But we're going to do a silhouette to Cricut crossover. So as you know, with Cricut Design Space, you are limited to a print size of 6.75 by 9.25, or is it 6.25 by 9.75? One of those. Either way I go, you can't even go past an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper when it comes to print and cut. So although this title says larger print and cut, we're not going to do a larger print and cut directly. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to show you how to set it up. So I'm not going to show you how to do a larger print and cut directly from Cricut Design Space. You end up having to do a hack. Like you're going to have to combine two softwares. So whether it is Affinity Designer, because you can do the same thing from there. It doesn't have to be Silhouette Studio. It can be Illustrator. It can be Corel Draw. It can even be Inkscape. All of these will allow you to create the file. So you need to create all parts of it right in that software. And then what you're going to do is save just the cut file so that you can open that up in Cricut Design Space and be able to use that as your cut file. And it'll already have the correct size for you. Okay. I find that a lot of people struggle with this because they're using softwares where you really can't ensure that the size is accurate. When you're going to see when I open up a file here that some PNGs and how people design them, when they kind of create their design page, it has a lot of like negative space above and below. And when you're sizing up something, that negative space is a part of that sizing. So if it was put to, like, let's say there was 3 inches above, 3 inches below, and an inch on both sides. When you go to size it up to, like, let's say an 8 by 10 or something like that, like let's say 12 inches wide, it's accounting for all of that extra. You're not making your image itself 12 inches wide because you have an extra inch on both sides. So your image will only end up being about 10 inches. But then when you take your cut file, which a cut file, because it's vector, it's accounting for that size right where the image is, right at the edge of it. So if you then go and make that 12 inches, the cut and the print are not going to line up because your print is only going to be 10 inches wide instead of 12 because there was an extra inch on both sides. Make sense? Yes, you will be able to see my screen. So that is one of the reasons why your cuts from your Cricut Explorer or your Cricut Maker don't line up when you might go to, like I see a lot of people suggest like Word or even from Silhouette Studio, and that's why it doesn't line up. So I'm going to show you how to do it from Silhouette Studio. And guess what? You don't need you don't need a Silhouette machine, and you don't even need the upgrade. Everything that I'm going to show you can be done in the free version of Silhouette Studio, and then to convert it over to an SVG that can be read in Cricut Design Space, you're going to use a third-party site called Ideas R Us. I have a full video breaking that down as far as, like, if this moves a little bit too fast for you, you can go watch that video, and I break it down step by step by step, going from Silhouette Studio to Ideas R Us, saving that file, and then being able to open it up in Cricut Design Space. So there's several videos for that process as well. So with that, all you have to have is the free version of Silhouette Studio. All right, sounds good? We're ready to get started. Y'all know I like to use 3, 6, and 5. So if you're ready to get started with this tutorial, go ahead and drop a 3 for me. All right. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and so we have a couple hybrid users, a hybrid user. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and share my screen. All right, let's move you guys and flip you. Whoa, y'all all in my face. Back up. All right, so we're going to put you guys like this, and I'm going to temporarily turn off the lights so that it's not kind of like in your face, my ring light. Okay. All right. I have to pull this over here, bring you back down. And these images came from Creative Fabrica. So if you have a Creative Fabrica account, if you just search, like actually it came up on the main page, like suggestions and stuff. So these are very popular where a lot of people are doing like the Starbucks type cups, and there are different images and things like that. I've seen them with Disney characters and fall and holiday type deals. So there's a lot of them on a couple different sites. I got these from Creative Fabrica because I already know y'all are going to ask, well, where did the images come from? Okay. Now, this one is technically all set up. I'm going to do this just in case you already know how to trace and do all of that, but you're just stuck on how do I get it from one software to the other. I'm going to start with that. And then if you don't know how to trace, we're going to trace that top one and then go from top to bottom and how to do that. So you have your file and you want to size it. So anything such as like text and all of that, if you're going to type it out yourself, you want to make sure that things are welded already. You want to group things together. You cannot make it a compound path. So that's very important. That's one of the questions that I got asked. Why not a compound path? If you want to understand the full scope of compound path and grouping, I highly recommend my 30-day essentials training because I break all of that down for you. So you want to have it grouped together, not a compound path. And then you're going to size it. And we're going to make this, let's just go, well, you know, with Cricut, you can't do a full 12 inches. So let's just make this around like 11 and some change as far as the size, okay? So we're about 11 inches wide and 10.37 in height. And this is accounting for edge to edge. So it's going right to the edge of this image, right to the bottom of pink, and right to the top of the I and the O. That is the true size of this. You'll see what I mean once we go to the other image. So once you have it set up the way you want, it is best, like if you're designing a whole bunch of stuff, it is best to put this in a separate file. So we're just going to right click and choose copy, open up a new file, and we're going to hit paste. It doesn't really matter the size of your design page, but you can make it closer to it. Or with Cricut, it's like 12 by 12s. So we're just going to I'm going to make my design page 12 by 12. You don't have to have a mat on. You don't have to have a machine selected because we're not doing anything with an actual silhouette machine. So you have this here. You're going to make a duplicate of this. So we're going to copy, and then we're going to paste. Well, as of right now, we're really, we're just going to make a copy of it, right? Not do anything else with it other than make a copy of it. Then I'm going to take this image. Everything has to be done in the one program. One of the things that you can also do so that you know that it is the right size in Cricut Design Space is put a notation of what this size is. So if I go here, it's 11.041. So I'm going to go here and put 11.041 by 10.375. So 10.375. I'm going to make that really small. When you are doing this, make sure that it is within your design somewhere, like so it doesn't go past it. So like I say, if I put it like down here and I select everything, my file is no longer 11.041 by 10.375. It is 11.041 by 11.829. So you have to make sure if you're going to add the size in somewhere, that it is somewhere that's not going to increase the size of the file. Okay. You have to put it somewhere where it's not going to increase the size of the file. Once you do that, you can now save it. So let's go again, and we're going to copy this. I'm going to go to weld. So you can right click and choose weld. I just want everything to be together, and I'm going to make it all black and then group it together. The only reason why I say to choose weld is just in case you have script fonts and you did not actually, you didn't weld it. So it's always good to kind of weld first before doing like a compound path. So I'm just going to group all of mine. Well, I'm sorry. Let's back up. I'm going to back up again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do, I just realized I had the number in there. I don't want to do my sizing. So I'm going to come back to my design, and I'm going to copy that, and we're going to weld. Okay. I'm going to fill it in with color, and then we're going to make it a compound path, just so that it all stays together when we take it over to Cricut Design Space. And then this here is just one that we're going to just save. All right. So make a copy, weld it, make it a compound path. Once you do that, you're going to save it as a silhouette file. Save it as a silhouette file. File, save as, save to your hard drive, not the library. And save it to your hard drive means that you can save it anywhere on your computer, whether you have OneDrive, if you have Google Drive, if you have Dropbox, if you have an external hard drive, if you have a WD My Cloud. So it's not just saving it to your C drive. This is where you now see all of these storage options that you have on your computer. So I'm just going to go over here to our academy because it's kind of like a mini class, and we're going to go sail to Cricut hybrid or crossover crossover live. And we're saving it as a silhouette file. Once you save it as a silhouette file, we're going to come over to the internet. I use Google Chrome, and we're going to search for, if you have it as your favorites already, you're just going to go to it, but we're going to do a search for ideas are, the letter R, us, kind of like babies are us. So ideas are us. And you're going to go to a studio to it's going to be a studio to SVG converter. You're going to click on that. You can only do, I don't know why mine is saying 9 because I have not done one today, but it's going to tell you that you can do 10 per day. Mine is still saying 9 as if I did one today, but I have not, but you can only do 10. So that's the one downside of this. If you want to be able to do an infinite number of these conversions, it is going to be best that you get Business Edition. You can click on the link in my bio or click on the link that's on our website to be able to get to Swing Design, to be able to get Business Edition, but give us credit for it. So if you want an infinite number, Business Edition is what you need. If you feel like you're only going to do this every so often and you don't need any of the perks of Designer or Business Edition, then you can just stay in the free version. So you're going to go to where it says choose file. Once you do that, it's going to pull this up. You're going to find the file. I'm just going to go to quick access because it should be at the top. So you're going to choose that silhouette file and hit open. Then right underneath that, it's going to say convert studio to SVG. We're going to click on that. Once you do that, you're going to get a link right here. You're going to click on that link and it's going to show your file. You're going to right click and save as. So you're going to save as and choose scalable vector graphic. So it says here, SVG document, silhouette to studio crossover. And I'm going to put this as IRU. So this is the one from Ideas Are Us. You're then going to go over to Cricut Design Space. We're just going to go new, replace, upload image, browse. We're going to go to quick access or go to the folder that you saved it to. And there's going to be your file. And we're just going to go upload. It's already a cut file because it was an SVG, and then add to Canvas. Now, it might come in at the right size, which this one did. It's telling me that it is 10.374 by 11.04. Perfect. I now can look at this and know that that is the right size. If for some reason it does not come in the right way, because you'll see on the next one, I'm going to go straight from Silhouette Studio. It may not come in at the right size, but the fact that this is the right size, boom, we're golden. We're just going to go ahead and ungroup this, take our size, and we can delete that because, oh, well, wait a minute now. Why did the rest of it delete? All righty. Let's move you off to the side. There we go. And we're going to delete that. Move this over here. It's size. You're now ready to cut this, however you're going to do it. If you're going to mirror it, if you're, to cut to glitter HTV, if you're going to use it for easy subli, this will be an exact cut. Now, if you wanted this to have an offset, you can choose to do it here in Cricut Design Space. You can also do it in Silhouette Studio. On the next one, I am going to show you how to do an offset. So with this particular way, this allows you to have it where it is an exact cut to the print, and you're not going to have any type of border around it. I have other videos. In this one, it's not a full-on demo of how to do it, how to cut it around and line it up. I have several videos like that on Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel where I have done basically a sublimation to glitter, sublimation to easy subli. So this is ready to cut, ready to go. All right. You're going to come back to Silhouette Studio. We're going to move this off, and then we're just going to either paste in front or paste. So there's the original file. You're not going to change this. You cannot resize this at all. If you resize it, and let's say you want to do this for other size shirts, you're going to have to resize all of it and create another file, or make sure that I'm going to kind of just take this and make a duplicate real quick. Oh man, I think I'll just fill this in with the same thing. Hold on, it's thinking. I just made a boo-boo because I held down control too fast. So give me a minute. It's gonna act crazy. Un momento. Alrighty, come on. Yeah, I made a mistake and filled the whole thing in. So now it's trying to fill in the words "In October We Wear Pink" with the gnome design. So it's gonna take a little minute. It's acting crazy. Just gotta give that a second, because it's trying to put that graphic in all of those letters. So you have to be mindful, careful of what you click on. All right, while that's doing, okay, see what it did? Because I click on the prop control opens the properties dropper. So it took that file and it put it all through here. So I'm just gonna undo because I don't want it to do that. I was trying to hold down Alt and click and move. If you want to change the size of it, you have to, let's just make a duplicate and you can size it. So we're at 6.722. If you go over to Cricut Design Space again, duplicate it and make sure that you have your size locked and notate one of the sides. So the width is 6.722. So over here, you're going to go to the width and make it 6.722. And your height is now 6.316. You want to verify over here. 6.317, it's still pretty, it's still going to line up. So you just want to go back and forth, or just make sure you're making duplicates and you're changing it in both locations. But if you go and say, oh, I mean, I want that to be a little bit bigger, and you change just this one and don't change the Cricut, it's not going to line up. Understood? So now you're ready to send this to print. You're going to choose whatever size paper you are printing this to. So with the size of this, it would be, 13 by 19 inch paper. So 13 by 19 is what, the size paper you would use for this. Or actually, no, you know what? You can do 11 by 17. But you just have to rotate your design so that it fits, because the width of it is larger than 11. So do 11 by 17, but rotate your design. So that's set up, ready to go. That's how you do it. Now let's go from a file that comes in and it's just a picture. Where did it go? Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong one. So let's go back over here. And now you see with this one, right? All of this extra space right here. All of this extra space down here. This is what I was talking about. If you go and you size this to, like right now it's at 28 inches. The 28 is from all of this negative space and down here. Our image right here is not 28 inches in height. You have to trace it down. So we're going to go over to the trace tool. I'm going to make a duplicate so you can see the difference in the size. We're going to go select trace area, place our box around it. We're going to increase our threshold to about there. And we're going to go trace and detach. Now there are some inner areas that need to come out. So I'm going to do a secondary trace for that. Okay. So we've done the trace and detach. I'm going to click on this open area here. See, that pulls it away. This is your transparent box that is around it. If I fill it in with color, you see, that's where that's cut out at. That's what your trace and detach does. But there are areas that don't have cut lines, okay? There are areas that don't have cut lines, like inside of the, I'm gonna make this like this, and I'm just gonna make this a compound path so that everything stays together. If I double click, see, I don't have cut lines inside the mug right here. I don't have cut lines inside of like right here where this leaf is. So it's quite a few places where I need to do a little bit more work inside here. So I'm going to do a second trace on this, but I'm going to focus just on the bottom because that's where I have the missing segments. So we're going to go select trace area. I'm going to focus, let's pull you up some, here, down. We're going to take our threshold up. We're going to do a regular trace, not a trace and detach. Not a trace and detach this time, a regular trace. We're going to click on that trace and fill it in with color, preferably a color that's not in your design. You're then going to right click, put your mouse over the trace, not over the image, over the trace. Right click and release compound path, and then adjust your transparency down so that you can see through it. So you'll know where those areas are. You're going to hold down Shift and click in those areas that technically need to be removed. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas here that need to be removed. And then you're going to hit delete on your keyboard. That's going to delete everything else, and you're left with those 4, 5 areas that need to be removed. You're then going to drag and select, and you're going to have the main image and those 5 areas selected. You're going to go over to modify and subtract. Now, if I were to double click on this, I have edit points inside those areas, which means they are going to cut. Now, this particular image is not like a super high resolution image. So there are areas where you could go in and do a little bit of tweaking. We're not going to do that in this particular video. It's your edit points, and you have to learn to work your edit points to clean it up. You may still end up with some white areas like right here, where we didn't quite go in there because it's kind of blurry. You can either just simply take this away by using your edit points. So if you don't really care about that, like, the sketch part of that part of the image, you can go in and, adjust your edit points to where that isn't a part of the design. And you don't have to worry about having that white area show up on your design. It's going to pretty much stop at the black part. This is something that takes time. This is something that, that you would do depending on the quality that you want. There are some other key areas. People always ask, man, why am I getting so much white? And when you're zoomed out, you think that you're right on it, but you're really not. So by a show of number 6, how many of you do not zoom into your design to really scope out all of the details? Because see, from right here, it's like, oh, okay, it traced, my lines are right. I'm gonna come in just a little bit more. It looks like, man, this is gonna be a perfect cut. My cut lines are right on the edge. But if you don't zoom in, you're not going to see those details. So being honest, a show of number 6, how many of you do not zoom in? And you just kind of go off of like, you can see everything. You're thinking that everything is good. So now, if I were to zoom in, And you guys are asking, man, why do I have so much white? Why is my cut all the way off? Like, why is my cut off? Why am I getting so much white? You're getting so much white because your cut line was never actually on the edge of your design. Now, that's a topic, that's a story for a different day with doing your edit points. I talk about that on the point editing day in my 30-day training. So this is something that you're wanting to learn because you're tired of being frustrated with having those extra white pieces. Enroll in the 30-day training. The point editing class will have you all set up. Now, this is not something that's kind of a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But if you want quality, you're going to take the time to do those edit points and correct your file to where you don't have these extra like areas here, because trace and detach, it's not really perfect, okay? But now that we've done all of that, we're going to take a look at the size of this. So I'm going to select all of this, just go ahead and make it a compound path again. This is one I can make it a compound path because it was the original file. It's the course explains when you can make something a compound path and when you don't. All right. So now this is 28. I have not resized anything. This is 28.749 by 28.749. It's like one big box. But when you click on this, this is actually only 27.988 by 13.628. Even with this, it may seem like it's right up on it, but it's not. 28.749. 27.988. So there was actually still a little bit of area along the sides of this. This is now the true size, and this is the one that you will scale up or down. So we're going to, now I don't really need all this other stuff. We're going to make this smaller. I'm going to make this, let's see. Let's take, okay, let's go 8.5 by 14. So even if you have like a small format printer, you can do this. So getting as close to like 14 without going over, so it's like 13.5. This is 6.5 in height by 13.535. So again, we're going to put our, so what did I say? I forgot the size now. 6.590. 6.590. Hey, what happened here? 6.590. Okay, what happened to the 6? There we go. By 13.535. By 13.535. And we're going to fill this in with black. Let me rotate this first. So remember how I said you want to put this somewhere just in case. I mean, you can put it to the bottom because you can always ungroup it. So, I mean, you can put it here, but when you're new to it, you may forget to ungroup in Cricut Design Space. So, like I said, I like to put this somewhere in the design where it's not going to affect the height. So I will probably, like for a design like this, I would end up putting it right here because it's below the top of this. It's not on the ends. So for me, I would put it here. All right. So now we're going to take this, put this in the middle of here. Let's make this, I think it's already 12 by 12. Nope, it's 20. So we're going to make this 12 by 12. Oh, I didn't copy it into a new window, a new project. So copy. And we're going to go over here, 12 by 12. I'm going to paste that in over here. Oh, we have to do 12 by 24 because I'm doing like 8.5 by 14. And we're going to rotate this, put this here. Okay. We're going to go File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive. and we're going to go to the drop down, go to SVG. This is if you have business edition. If you don't have business edition, you can't do it this way. You have to go back to the first way. And we're going to go fall coffee cups crossover live. And oh wait, I'm tripping. I completely forgot a whole step. Haha. My bad. I'm about to forget a whole step. Let me just make this a compound pass so it all stays. We have to take our image because you cannot save an SVG as a design file. Well, you know what? I'll show you what happens. It's actually going to make it where it blacks it out, but it's better for you to do it yourself. But I'll show you that at the end. So we're going to copy this. We're going to make this. There was no text to this. There's nothing for me to well, so I'm just going to make it black. And now we're going to save it. So file, save as, save to hard drive. And we're going to go fall coffee crossover live and drop down SVG and okay. Now we're going to go over to Cricut Design Space. I'm going to move these out of the way. We're going to go upload an image, browse, fall coffee crossover live. We're going to go upload, click on it, and add to canvas. So it's actually doing pretty good now. Before, there used to be an issue where it would not, especially going straight from Silhouette Studio to Cricut, it wouldn't give you the correct size. That's one of the reasons why I started teaching it where you put the size there. But this did good. So we're at 13.535 by 6.59, 6.59. All right. So we're just going to ungroup this, click on our size and delete that. And this is ready to go. If for some reason, we're going to put this back together. So let's say for some reason on yours, it does come in. We got to, all right, hold on. We have to bring this in as one piece again. So let's add to canvas. If for some reason yours comes in where it is super small, you want to make sure that at the top it is locked. So for the size, you want to make sure that it is locked in place. And you're going to take one of these values and fill it in. So this right here is the shorter one. So your width would end up being 6.590. Hit enter. And then your height would end up adjusting. So 13.534. If you want to just make it 5, you can. And you do that and you see it's not going to change the width. So if it comes in small, that's what you will do. If also it comes in, if you look at the position and let's say it says like, oh, well, this one doesn't even do anymore. You don't even see it. It comes in like a weird number and it says like, it's like negative something. Just click on position and make it 1-to-1 and it will bring it down and then you can resize it. So it just really depends on the version of Silhouette you were using, the version of Cricut. Like before, they weren't communicating well. Now it seems like with the update from Cricut and 4.3, they are communicating well and we're not having any issues. But that's how you do that. Now, the bonus part of this, I'm going to delete and we're going to paste in front. If you were to save this, file, save as, save to hard drive, as an SVG. So we're going to go fall coffee live PNG SVG. I'm going to save it as an SVG file. If you come over here and add it, you're not going to see the image. So we're going to go upload image, browse, PNG, SVG. See, this is it's going to say that it's a large image. This may take a moment because it's trying to read through the fact that it is actually a JPEG and not an SVG, like not just a cut file. And then once it does finally read it, it's just going to be one black blob. That's why it is important to just go ahead and fill it in with the solid color. It's going to make it go a lot faster. So right now it says the uploaded SVG contains the following items that are not supported. Pattern fills, import anyway. So if you hit continue, it's not going to show you the image. It will give you just a black outline of it. And we're going to go upload and then add to canvas. So it's not to say that you can't save it as an SVG. You can do it that way. It's just going to take a little bit longer to upload. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot to show you how to put an offset on this. So if you don't want to do it like right to the correct size, you're going to put an offset. And then all you have to really save is that offset. So we're going to put that offset on there, apply. I'm going to fill that in with, we're going to fill that in. You can fill it in with white or black, like for the whole SVG thing. So we're going to, let's just fill it in with black for now. And we want to make it a compound path. So I like keyboard shortcuts, Control E, or you can right click and then make it a compound path. So this is going to be your outline. You can make this outline as big or as small as you want it to be. And basically what's going to happen is on your design or on your shirt, on your mug, on your tumbler, you're going to see a white outline. And you don't have to worry about lining it up like exactly. You're going to have an intentional line. If you want to make stickers, it's going to be an intentional line around it. So here, if you are going to do it with an outline on it, your cut line needs to be the outline. So since we know it's going to come in the right way, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to select all of this and we're going to copy. We're going to weld because we need the outline, not just the cut file. Make this a compound path, and then you're going to repeat the same steps where you're going to save it as a silhouette file if you have the free version, and then use the converter, or you're going to save it as an SVG, and that's going to have the file where it already has the outline around it. And then you can move this out of the way, paste in front, and then do your print file. All right, so you would go ahead and print this out. So it is a lot of steps to go, to kind of have that hybrid system. One of the reasons why some people, for at least for print and cuts, they choose to get a Cameo machine for print and cuts so they don't have to go back and forth. But it really isn't that bad. It's like you will really become a designer. When you're doing this, it's like the beginning steps of being a designer because someone designed it in another software anyway, and then you're using that PNG or you're using that SVG. You're doing the same thing here. All right. Any questions for me? And also over here, you can still do the offset too. So once you go and put your offset on it, because it's already the correct size from the other one, you can put your offset and it's still going to line up with even spacing around it within that offset. So you can do your offset in Cricut Design Space or in Silhouette Studio. Either will work. Okay. So let's see. Looking to start using Silhouette Studio. Let's see, like it's so much better. So Silhouette Studio is an actual designing software. It's kind of up there with your illustrators and your affinities. Like you have more options than you do in Cricut Design Space. Although they have a name that's called Design Space, it's not like you don't have like complete freedom and range when it comes to designing in Silhouette Studio. Cricut Design Space. There we go. All right, so over here is this program at your own pace, unlimited access. So yes, if you are referring to our 30-day training, it was originally done in March of 2022, where it was recorded live. You had to wait for each day and each upload. Now it is completely work at your own pace. You have access to all 33 or 34 sessions. It's work at your own pace. If you want to jump around to the different days and go to areas that you may feel like you need help in, like right away, you can jump around with those. And most of them come with worksheets. So with the 30-day training, you can work at your own pace. You can do it if it's, your ideal time is 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. If you want to listen to it while you are at work and just kind of absorb the information via osmosis and then be able to apply it, or watch it, during your like maybe you're at your other job, you want to listen and take notes and then apply it when you get home. It's set up in a way to where you can literally watch those videos from anywhere. And you have unlimited lifetime access to the playbacks. So you can go and practice over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, so it's not Design Space. So is this better than Cricut Design Space? Yes, for design purposes, it is definitely better than Cricut Design Space. Let's see. I just purchased a Cameo, but I have no knowledge to the system. Will your program help? Yes, it will. It absolutely will. It's going. So with the Cameo, to be honest, the cut part of it, I mean, once you get your cut settings down, it's really simple to use the actual machine and adjust the blades. When people say they don't know how to use their Cameo, they're not really talking about the machine. Most times they're talking about the software. And this is where you learn to use the software. This sets the foundation. And then once you want to learn how to create your own designs, kind of rearrange your own designs, we have a wide variety of classes that's going to help you. Like we just wrapped up, what was it, last month, 2 months ago, how to create. So it was level 1 of how to create. Let's go over here to classes and playbacks, how to create your own SVGs. So, or vector files. It was a 7-day challenge. I showed you how to lay them out, how to choose the right fonts, how to align them, how to take things that were already made and how you can add to it or tweak it and switch it up, how to do manual tracing. So we went through a lot in that 7 days. So you can check that out. We also had like custom text effects. So once you know the tools, now you can go and create amazing different effects with text, 3D, bubble letters, shadows and reflections and all that kind of good jazz. So once you get the foundation through Essentials, we have a wide variety of like classes, and we have some new ones that's coming up. The new ones, every time I do a new class, the first run is always live in front of a live Zoom audience. And then you just have access to continue to watch and purchase the playbacks. All right, no other questions over on Facebook. Are these classes in a bundle? No, we don't really offer a bundle. So Essentials at Silhouette Studio is its own. My classes are very, very affordable compared to like some of other classes that you would come across. So Essentials at Silhouette Studio is $83.65. You get access to an exclusive Facebook group that you can get help. You're never left on your own. I'm always here to help. You can post your questions on the videos, or you can post like pictures and screenshots and mini videos. If you're just stuck, post it in the group. We also do bonus content in the group where if I'm working on a design, I'll kind of show you guys just to give you some inspiration on pulling designs together and like really utilizing all the tools. And each of the other classes are just individual a la carte classes. We don't have something where you pay one fee and you get access to all of them, because people are on different levels. So you take a class that works for you where you are. It works for you as far as what you're wanting to learn, rather than just kind of paying one thing for all of the classes. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn you guys around. And also, while you're on the site, don't forget to pick up some Honestly Speaking Sublimation paper, Sublimation ink. If you don't know, our paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees on most, like, your output temperature. If you watch my video where I was using that heat press, wait, y'all are different. So that heat press, it's about 8 degrees off. So I just set it to 370, but it outputs 365. Well, I think it's like 373 or 370, somewhere in there. But then I just use my heat gun and it outputs at 365. So as long as the output is 365, you can use that and sublimate as low as 365 and as fast as 30 seconds with our paper. No cover sheet required for it. And you get amazing results. Right, so definitely check out our website, shop.hsink365.com. All of our inks are, well, I guess for TikTok, y'all can see the one up there, are 140 milliliter bottles. They are keyed for eco tanks, but you can use them with workforce or cartridge-based printers. And we also have heat tape on our website. There is a live class coming up on Thursday. So if you guys have not heard about that, you haven't checked your emails, if you're on my email list and you haven't checked your emails, you might want to go in there and check it, or make sure we're not going to spam, because we did send out an email. We have a live class, and I forgot the towels at home, but the images are posted on my page. And if you go to my Honestly Speaking YouTube, you'll see where I pressed it in sections. I thought I still had the paper in here, but I don't see it. Where we pressed it in sections, like an oversized print. It was a big towel. So I showed you guys how to press in sections. But as far as setting that up, how to print it in sections, even if you're just wanting to know how to print tiling for, let's say you have an 8.5-inch wide printer, but you want to do a design for an extra large shirt, a 2X shirt, a 3X shirt, and you need to tile it, or you need to split that print. This class is going to help you with that. The class is on the 20th. That's day one and part one of it. And we're going to go through Silhouette Studio and showing you how to tile it 3 different ways, or get to print out tile 3 different ways. And then on Saturday, I'll be there to walk you through you actually like printing it out, taping it together. And if you want to be able to press it at that time, being able to press it. It's not going to be an all over shirt, but the techniques that you will learn will apply to you using it to do a full bleed shirt or all over shirt, like some of you guys call it. But I'm not doing an all over shirt. We're going to do a large towel, which the link will be posted. Like, you can get that from Amazon, or if you don't have time to get it from Amazon, you can go to the Dollar Tree and get a satin pillowcase, because that's going to be an oversized print as well. And you can do it that way. And then, of course, if you just have a small EcoTank printer or a small format workforce printer, you'll be able to make a print that you can put on an extra large shirt or a 2X shirt. So if you're interested in that, on the way our classes are set, if it's a 2-day class, it's $33.65. It's a 1-day class, it's $23.65. So this is a 2-day class. So the cost is $33.65 for those 2 days. All right. All righty, y'all. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Hopefully this was informative and helpful for you guys. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.